I see her camera popping up, so let's go ahead. And as always, I will ask, um, oh, and hey, Dominique, how are you? For some reason, I'm unable to tag people prior to coming on at the moment. So I'm actually going to go ahead and jump on my tablet and add people as we get started here. So how are you, sis?
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, of course. Thank you for coming on.
I don't hear echoes. This is perfect.
Yes.
I wonder
So
if I
far,
could
so
take my
good.
earbuds off. What would happen
I
if
don't
I took
know.
them?
You can try. I have my headphones just in case.
Yeah. It's okay, let's try. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
can hear you. Okay, how about now?
I can
I
still
can
hear
still
you.
hear you. Okay.
I can hear
I can hear
myself too,
myself
though.
too though. Oh, so
You
that's what
got
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. It was better with okay. It's a little tricky sometimes. Yay, are we back?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right, great. Thanks for having me on, everybody. My name is Dominique Prosper, and I'm a teacher, a school teacher, a classroom teacher in the Houston, Texas area. I have been teaching for, this is going to be 29 glorious, happy years. Yes, I'm happily married to my profession. I'm not stopping there though, because all good things do come to an end. So I am creating an exit plan for myself for after teaching. And it does not include working for a publisher, uh, staff development, professional development. I'm interested in personal development. And I feel that if we train our children to craft a a um, a a monetization of their skills early on, guess what's going to happen? They're going to have maybe a profession and a vocation, but they're also going to have a love and a passion for something that they do all on their own. That's very, very special. So that's how I'm raising my two kids, who are 17 and 14 right now. They're teenagers. So thanks, Brandy, for having me on. I'm
Of
so glad
course.
to meet you guys. I definitely want to share this baby out.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Antoinette Marie. I see you, loves. Thank you for jumping on with us. Be sure to comment, like, love, share. We are here to inspire as many people as possible. And today we are actually going to be talking about groups, as in Facebook groups, or you can also create your offline groups, but mainly Facebook groups today, networking, and accountability, which are all important things to have in your Rolodex if you're trying to grow as a person, grow in a business, or just grow in general. So, what is your favorite thing about groups? Because you have two or three of them and they are amazing. I happen to be a part of the Women Life and Business coaching group that you have, and I absolutely love that.
I think that to start off, your sisterhood is key to anything. I'm one out of five kids. I have three sisters, and my mom had four sisters and a brother. There were six of them. And my dad comes from a very large family. Both my parents are deceased, but I learned very early on that, it's all about your peeps and your squad. And, you can go far, you can go fast by yourself, but you can go far with other people.
Absolutely. Definitely believe in that myself, and that's the reason why I love connecting with people like you. And of course, I got a few of my sisters jumping on. Got Tracy and Antoinette Marie and Carlette. Sis, you just jumped on too. Thank you for joining us. Um, Unfortunately, I was unable to tag people before starting this live. So if you ladies wouldn't mind sharing as we go along here, I would really, really appreciate it. Like I
Yeah.
said, we want to reach as many people looking for groups such as the one that Dominique offers. And I'll also be creating a great group on Facebook soon as well. So definitely, definitely.
So the reason why it takes so long to do anything, and you can ask yourself right now, how long has it taken you to do the next step, your next step, your next aligned step? I started this year in my personal development page talking about alignment, which is what you need to do always before you take a step. But now it's almost August. So ask yourself, what is it that is in the way? Is it procrastination? Is it inspiration? Is it time management? That's where groups come in. It's you go far, no, fast by yourself, but you could be on a treadmill. And if you're on a
Absolutely.
treadmill, you're not going anywhere.
Absolutely. So, um, what actually led you to start your groups?
I have a career in network marketing where I was never a leader, so I was never on stage, and I discovered that personal branding is basically what we're all needing in order for people who don't know us to get to know us. Okay. When we're in a company where we're promoting the company, it's almost like I'm putting the face of the company in front of my face.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't represent me. So I discovered why my signups, my team members kept coming in, falling out, coming like a sieve, like a sieve. So once I started to look at what I already know about development, about consistency, productivity, all those things, I basically started to create a platform where I could help people with that and find whatever they wanted from me. So your sweet spot is always going to be what problem you're solving for other people. But the first thing you have to do is start to offer what it is that you know, and then as you offer it, they're going to pinpoint, okay, that's what I want more of. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Just like when you're getting a massage and you're like,
Yeah,
yeah, right there, right there. So yeah, that's where it started.
absolutely awesome. So, what I love about the groups that I'm a part of, because I'm part of your group, Women Life and Business Coaching, as well as Crystal's group, the Homemade Millionaire Moms, as well as Today's the Day group. And what I love about it all is the networking. I've been able to come in contact with so many wonderful ladies and gentlemen, although my sister following is a lot stronger than males, just because, female energy is awesome. um, the networking has allowed me to come in contact with the different people that I needed to in order to rediscover the different parts of myself that I'd either lost or just went dormant. I just didn't know that they were there.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
through that networking, I was able to pull that self and pull that out of myself,
mm-hmm,
being in contact with ladies like you and Crystal and even
mm-hmm.
some of my sisters on this live right now.
Hey,
So
everybody.
what does networking do for you?
on on one level, it's got levels, definitely, because um as a teacher, you're always encountering, of course, new teachers. So you help new teachers, and by that, reinforcing what you already know worked for you as a new teacher. Then you're talking to experienced teachers, and then you're talking to retired teachers. So networking gives you a 360 view, you know, 360-degree view. It gives you a past, present, and future view. So you shorten the learning curve by networking.
Absolutely. And that's what I found in my experience as well. Because I went from like having no idea like what I needed in order to get out of my own way to now networking like a mad person because like I love all the people that are coming into my circle. I love all the opportunities that are opening up as I continue my personal growth. And
Hmm.
I want to do that for others, hence the reason we're here today doing this live in hopes of allowing other people to tap into our networks if they haven't yet found their own, or at least work with us so we can plug them into a network that we're familiar with that may work for them.
Hmm.
So that's
And
why.
the question that I asked, what is keeping you from taking your next, making your next move? It could be your next aligned move. It could be your next big move. And what I'm so happy to have created is a monthly sister self-care event, because typically you know it's what's in your heart and in your mind that's keeping you back. And I like to say that, you know, we're all in it together. It doesn't matter if I'm 10 years, you know, in my profession or in personal development, in a business. You always have something to learn from a newcomer, a new sister. And so that space, you know, we start out with a prayer at the beginning of the event and just ask God to come into that space and open up all of our hearts and peel back like an onion whatever is keeping us from our next. And you know, we're just so excited because we're never going to be finished. It's always There's always a next level.
Absolutely. And speaking on mentors, one moment, I have to grab some because I got a special little giveaway at the end that we're going to do because I want to see something. But a little bit later on that, I just had to make sure I had it in the vicinity when I'm ready. But as far as mentors go, what I often found is there's so many mentors out here to say, yes, we want to help, we want to help, we want to help.
Hmm.
But when you're somebody like just starting out on a personal development journey, right?
Hmm.
There are a lot of mentors that unfortunately they get so big ego wise that they turn away the person like me because I was looked over by a lot of people. I was looked over by a lot of people, especially in the network marketing world, and they didn't want to go the little extra mile in order to help me get onto the right path.
Hmm.
So I will say to mentors out there, if you have
Hmm.
at all ever done that to somebody or even considered doing that to somebody,
Hmm.
don't, because you never know who you're overlooking. I'm still on a major journey here, but I'm grateful for that experience because I have
Hmm.
a better appreciation for
Hmm.
anybody that comes into my circle that might not be at my level.
Hmm.
They might not even be on the personal development tip at all yet. But that's where somebody
Hmm.
like myself or you or any of the ladies on here come in.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
love
Hmm.
reaching back and helping people based on the level that they're at. You can't
Hmm.
expect everybody to see it the way that you see it if they don't have the same kind of foundation.
Well, ultimately, we're all individuals, and regardless of how, I'd say, accomplished a leader is, the leader, you pick the leader, and the leader picks you. Okay. So, for example, let's say you decided to volunteer, you know, serve the leader, just, you know, pick up their dry cleaning or however, whatever they needed. They would still need to pick you over other apprentices in order
Mm-hmm.
to groom, you know? And so the reason why you're in personal development, because you're interested in your personal growth. So what does that teach you if the leader doesn't pick you? That's not your leader. That's not the person. So you learn, right? It's either a, you know, you learn from it, and so you take that and you move on. And so speaking about that right now, it's really showing you that you picked up what you needed to pick up, and you didn't need that particular leader because it wasn't a match for them or for you, and you are persevering regardless.
Absolutely. I think part of it too is I didn't see anybody that looked like me winning in that company. If that makes sense at all. It was very monochromatic, so to speak. So those of us with a little bit of
It wasn't a
pigmentation,
fruit salad.
yeah, yeah, it wasn't very they claimed diversity, but it wasn't very diverse, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it does.
So now we have made it to the topic of accountability.
Mhm.
So accountability for me has been one of the things that have kicked me in my butt and made me continue forward even when I was lost, confused, and didn't know like what activities and habits to focus on, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So how have you gone about holding people in your network that choose to come to you and learn from you accountable?
How have I held them accountable?
Help them be accountable because you can't
Oh,
hold anybody accountable except for how
okay.
they treat
Well,
you or what.
in our group, Women Life and Business, we have a nightly call. So that's accountability number 1 because most of us are within maybe a year or so, under 2 years of creating our brand. So to me, checking in nightly because our call is like 15 to 30 minutes, that's a dose every night. Because remember 800 numbers like back in the day
Hmm.
with conference calls?
Yeah.
I would just chime in. Like I'm as old as conference calls. Like I don't know how old you got, but
Don't say your age because that's gonna be the fun part at the end.
and it, you just call in and you get the information, and it's not 7 days. Okay, because we always have dual polarities happening at the same time. You have good
Hmm.
and evil, you have, the right way, the wrong way. Two things are always happening, opposites are always at work. So
Hmm.
you get off a call, you feel really good, then you have to wait 7 days. Sometimes that information goes in one ear, out the other. You go to an event, you feel really good, you leave there, then that's it. You go back to your ways. We got to cut that baby loose because you can have all awesome success that you're looking for within 6 months, less than a year. So I would ask in the audience, what is keeping you from your next step? And if it's any of those personal development traits, get into a group yesterday, quickly, before the doors close. I put the link to the Women's Life and Business group there. I also want to add the Sister Self Care event link to August 17th. It's a Saturday, and you can also show up virtually.
Absolutely. I actually, guys, I actually participated in the virtual this past one that she did, and it's an amazing experience. You will learn a lot. You may even make some new connections. I got the chance to speak to
Hmm.
the speaker that she
The guest
had on
speaker,
hand
yeah,
that day, and she is
yeah.
an amazing lady. And I actually need to connect with her again because I really love the passion that comes off of her. I really
Hmm.
love, like, you can tell she genuinely cares for many, many people, and she truly, truly believes in what she does. And it's not often these days, well, in our group and network and circles, it's very, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, it prevails on a high
Transient,
level.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
in and out. Well, so here's the question I always ask, whose rules are you following? Because right now, if you're in traffic or if you're coming home from work, if you got to go to work tomorrow, I have to go back to work in 2 weeks, you know, that's the energy you're giving. And so what about you? When they're done with you, what are you going to have? So the time is now. I had an interview last week with a former librarian. She worked on her business 11 years. 11 years while she worked. And when she walked away from teaching, it was full blown business. It was earning as much as her
Hmm.
full time. That This is what we're talking about. Don't wait till you need it. When you are smelling like desperation, it's not, the money's not going to come. The money
Mm-hmm.
comes when you're plodding along, clear-headed, aligned, and taking the next aligned step.
Absolutely. And you couldn't be more right in that because when I left my full-time job and I got into the swing of things as far as eBay and um, basically falling into this opportunity to do today's day certification program and everything,
Mm-hmm.
once I got settled and started making an income, that's
Mm-hmm.
when like random job offers started popping up. I was like, I don't want to work for anybody now.
So it's not, right now, since we have jobs and all that, it's great. But again, don't miss your connections. Don't miss the alignment with others. Don't that that personal side of it. You know why? Because the job does not take care of your inner person. Okay,
Yes.
you do that. The job does not take care of your after job experience. You do
Mm-hmm.
that. They will, when you hit the parking lot, I don't care if it's a principal, a director, an executive, you're just people. And whatever they have going on behind for themselves as a package for retirement or whatever you want to call it, that's what they did. So what are
Mm-hmm.
you doing? The bubble of the job is a bubble. If you get caught up in that bubble, then when it's time to exit that job and you don't have anything to fall back on, that's what you did.
Absolutely. So I will say what I like about the accountability tip is like the habits. Um, when you're
Mhm.
surrounded by people that are a little bit ahead of you and
Mhm.
you ask them like, well, how did you do this? How do you do that? There's always a process. There's always a process. So like with
Mhm.
me, I wanted to start getting healthier as far as what I eat and stuff. First thing that my mentors told me to start with was increase my water intake. Try and get that
That's
full amount of water in.
exactly.
So it's just little habits like that that you can build upon, and it'll have an effect on your whole life, which is really, really awesome. And I also
Excellent.
like I like the consistency that you offer in your group as well, because that
Thank
right there
you.
is that I needed, and you provide that and much, much more.
Oh, Brandy, and Brandy is the most consistent woman out there, sisterpreneur out there. And when I say sisterpreneur, I mean we're just helping each other get up, move up, level up. So, you know, and we help each other, inspire each other to think. We gotta, you can get booed up with your business, but you're still in your own head. You need somebody to
Mm.
bounce off of, and that's what we do in that group.
And boy, do I bounce. I'm a hyper person by nature, but at one point in time, I was kind of like lethargic. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but like connecting brought me back to me. I'm not surrounded by a bunch of people that find me annoying. I love it. But before we jump off of here, would you
Hmm.
like to share? You already dropped the link to Women Life and Business and Coaching Group, right?
Yes,
So
they
that
did.
you, is there anything else you'd like to share for people to be able to connect with you?
You can find me on Instagram at Dominique underscore the practical teacher. I'll drop that link as well. You can find me at on Facebook on my personal development page or on my profile page. You can always DM me, and I have if I've never worked with you before, you can send me an email or a voicemail. I'll answer your questions. And then I have lots of ways for us to work together if you're ready. And my number one suggestion is a group program. And then from there, a one on one. I'm going to have a conference in October because for the last 3 months, we definitely want to gear up money wise for the end of the year. And
Mm-hmm.
my vision is that we're going to have a huge collective come together to present our products, like a huge conference. So ladies, gentlemen who are on here, please stay tuned, because so long as we all come together and we share our brightest of ideas, the marketplace, that is a marketplace. That will be a marketplace. So look out for that in October.
All
And
right, all right. And
yes.
before we jump off here, I have a special prize for whoever can guess this lovely lady's age. And
Okay.
now, if you're part of the group, you already know, and you're not allowed to participate. But the prize we are going with is a 4K action camera. All right? So, in the comments, I want you to drop how old this wonderful lady, mama two, awesome, badass, entrepreneur, coach, motivator, inspiration to all that she comes in contact with, too, is. Guess her age. I dare you to guess her age.
Okay. 30-second timer.
All right.
Helen
Oh,
is close. Look at Helen. I see Helen.
who's gonna get
Somebody,
it?
Antoinette Marie. Oh my goodness.
Not yet, not yet. Who's gonna get it?
You got to cut it off too. So you're gonna be like, wait a minute.
I tell you what, the first
Oh,
person.
look at Crystal. She went the other way.
Oh, this is fun. All right, y'all. Well, keep the guesses coming in the comments. The first one they hit it on the nose, I will contact you via DM and see about getting you your prize. Nobody has gotten it yet, but keep it up. Dominique, I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Dominique, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye.